everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Sunday Spin. I'm Laura, here with Terry as always, and this is where we take a couple minutes each week and let you guys know what we're listening to. Really quick before we start, if you haven't seen it yet, the official Camp Punksylvania daily lineups are out. Single day tickets are on sale as well as our weekend passes. We have a handful of VIP passes left as well, so go pick those up ASAP before it's too late. Terry, who are you spinning this week?
So I'm going to be spinning a band out of Germany. These guys it's Sebi and Stelvio from Stomper 98. They formed this band called Plizzken. This is their first record. They're with Pirate Press Records. This album just came out July 2nd, and it's called And Their Paradise is Full of Snakes. Now, this album isn't a small album. Typical punk rock records, from what we can generally see, average about 25-30 minutes. This is 13 songs in 50 minutes. So you're not going to miss anything out. Now, if you're a huge fan of Rancid or the Drowns, you're going to love these guys. These guys are like punk rock. They have that oi. They also have those punk rock anthems, but they don't really skirt on the ska side. So if you're expecting that side of like maybe Rancid or something, you're not going to get it with them. But their music is pretty goddamn solid. Now, it opens up Wasted. I find this song to just have a nice little start in there to their drum roll, and then the guitars really hit hard, and then boom, the song, and you know right off the hop that this is going to be a great album. The vocals actually weren't the thing that impressed me throughout this whole album. The lyrics I find to be fantastic. These guys, English isn't their first language, much like it is for me. So I was able to really relate to that writing style. I thought they did a really fantastic job. Had I not known that these guys are from Germany, I would never have known. They kind of they don't have any indication of that. You do actually hear little bits of German throughout, not very much. They definitely focused on English, but I thought it was really cool. But yeah, I find their music composition to be just really solid. They do have that hard, fast guitar. They do have the drums, but they also have the organ. And anytime you can throw the organ in any song, I am hooked. One of my favorite songs off this album was actually the titled song, which was And Their Paradise is Full of Snakes. Big reason I love the way that their chorus is done. Very sing-songy in a way, but also has that anthem part of it. So it makes you just want to like scream it out loud. And the song itself, the lyrics to the song pretty much tell, how people are always like crapping on you behind your back to the point where you just decide you have to leave it. And almost once you're out, you kind of look back and everybody's all happy and smiling and it looks like paradise, but then you kind of have to remember yourself, oh yeah, there's snakes. So kind of right off the title, And Their Paradise is Full of Snakes. And it kind of made me relate to a lot of things that I've been going through recently. So I thought it was really great, kind of a nice reminder that, even sometimes when I might be, oh, how cool. And then be like, oh yeah, that's why I don't do it anymore. So I find this to be pretty good, a nice reminder. Same thing with their very last song, which is their hardest song off this album. I find, again, anytime when you're hard and fast, I am drawn to it. So I definitely hooked onto it. It was another punk rock anthem. I find their songs actually throughout this album to be very full of anthems, which is great because I love songs that you could just like scream and sing and hug your friends and just have a great time with them. And this is kind of the album that, if you are having a few beers with your friends and you haven't seen them for a while, this is the album to play when you're hanging out with them, because by the end of it, you guys are just going to be hanging off each other and just screaming out to the air and stuff like that. You're going to have a great time. But Unwanted, if you're a punk, you definitely feel what these guys are talking about. But it's, pretty much being against the norm and, being vocal about it and people just kind of shutting you out because of it. And, because of it, it was kind of like a call to family, yeah, we're unwanted to come with us. We're here right now. And such a beautiful way to end an album like that. You can definitely play this one on repeat and you don't even feel like, oh, some albums I find tend to be shorter, kind of like you're like, oh yeah, I've heard this already, but you don't feel like that with this one. I kind of had this playing for like I think 3 hours straight. I don't even think I realized it because it's just so good. So make sure these guys just released it, so they still have some vinyls, several variants through Pirate Press Records, so make sure you go check that out. They have a new t-shirt that is coming out, kind of looks like their album art, the snake there, but they have that beautiful blue and orange mix. kind of like Laura's hair back last month. So yeah, make sure you go check that out. And yeah, Plizzken from Pirate Records. Laura, who are you spinning this week?
So this week I am spinning a band that I wanted to talk about this album back in February and then again back in March, but life gets away from you. But it came back up today in my shuffle and I got stoked and we're going to talk about it. So this is SF Sourdough by Billy No Mates. And if you haven't heard of Billy No Mates, this is Duncan Redmonds of Snuff. This was his solo project that kind of morphed into this supergroup. They started back in 2004, and here we are now. The SF Sourdough was actually recorded in 2010 in San Francisco when Duncan was in town. And the really cool thing about this is this version of Billy No Mates isn't the version of Billy No Mates that we've heard before. We have Joey Cape here. We have members of Samiam and Dead to Me. So this really is a punk rock supergroup. But it's got a more California skate punk vibe to it, which Terry and I fucking love, okay? So, and I really want to shout out the artwork on this. I love all things Chris Sherry. I think we all do. So this is really great. I love the way that he executed this. It was awesome. So it makes me want to listen to it right off the bat. So I want to talk about a couple songs. Slap Top was the first one that really picked my ears, just started going crazy. It's nice and fast, just the way that I like my punk rock. I love the vocals. He's got this voice unlike anybody else. As soon as you hear it, you know who it is. It kind of has a stiff little fingers kind of vibe to it. I really love the drums throughout this track. It's super catchy. Oh, it's fantastic. Another one I want to talk about too is going to be Skulls and Smiles. And this one reminds me a lot of No Use for a Name, which I think is great because you can tell that this is definitely a San Francisco version of this band. The harmonies in this track are beautiful. The chorus is great. The lyrics are great. Everything about this song just screams super 90s melodic skate punk. And I love that. I get lost in it. So I had this one on repeat quite a few times. But my all-time favorite one on this album is going to be the Angry song. And it starts off with these super fat riffs right in the beginning, and it just explodes about 20-30 seconds in. And I love the breakdown here. I love how it builds up and just kind of slaps you right in the face. This is a true punk rock song. It's fantastic. This album is 12 tracks, 30 minutes long. Throw it on while you're getting ready for work. It'll get you stoked. Terry, who are you shouting out this week?
So we're gonna stick to that 90s skate punk and melodic. I'm going out of Bangkok, Thailand. Stay Awake. They came out with this 6-song EP called Portraits, and holy shit, is it ever good. Rarely do I ever get an EP that just stops me in my tracks and what is this? My only complaint really about the whole album is that it needs more songs. I wish this was a full length, but I'm gonna take it.
I wasn't expecting you to say that.
I'm just gonna be a little picky. I do that sometimes. It's fine. But yeah, no, that's how good it was. I loved every song off this album. There's not a song I did not like. All for varying reasons. You do have that hard, fast skate. It slows it down a little bit, picks it right back up all the way to the end. I just adore it. I hope these guys come out with more. They did release an album back last year, so this is a nice kind of an extra little bonus album, I guess. But yeah, definitely go check them out. You are not going to be disappointed. Laura, who are you shouting out this week?
As always, I have to sneak a camp band in here because we're just getting so close, and Terry and I are filled with excitement, as are so many other people, which is really super humbling for us. So thank you guys. We really appreciate that.
I want to give a big shout out to the girls who bought tickets. Oh my goodness.
So many women, and that feels so fucking cool to see that awesome. Come through. I can't wait to hug you all. I can't wait. I'm so excited. But so to get you guys super stoked too, this is a music video for a track called Fell Asleep in Your Car by one of my favorites, Brandon Richie. He's going to be opening up on Friday, and Friday is slam-packed with a bunch of just absolute insanity. Voodoo Glow Skulls, Big Wigs, Stolen Wheelchairs, Blank 77, so many more. Go get your tickets. Brandon does have a new album coming out on July 20th called Baby Fuel. You can pre-save it right now. You can pre-order it, I believe. Definitely check him out and don't miss him at Camp Punksylvania, and we will see you guys next week.
I'd like to spin my wheels in the city. Grab your shit, you're coming with me. I just wanted to know, when can we go outside again? While you're talking, I won't take this phone from my hand and let's pop off again to the end of the world and back. Take me by the hand and I'll fall asleep in your car. Don't cry when you miss her. Don't cry when you miss her. There's no fun and there's no weekend. Lift me up, I'll reach out my hand. Can you tell me so? When we can go outside again. While you're fucking high, I'll take this phone from my hand and let's pop off again to the end of the world and back. Take me by the hand and I'll fall asleep in your car. Don't cry when you miss her. Don't cry when you miss her. I'll fall asleep with my eyes wide open, just hoping you'd stay here. Don't cry when you miss her. Pull your fucking pie hole, take this phone from my hand and let's pop off again to the end of the world and back. Take me by the hand, I'll fall asleep in your car. I'll fall asleep in your car. I'll fall asleep in your car. In your car. In your car.